Congressman, how important is it just to get to the issues that are impacting so many Americans out there?
So despite the fact that we have all of these distractions going on, Congress is working. Now, you're not going to read about it because it's not making headlines, but we had a critical tax reform hearing yesterday in the House. We know, Joanne, that this economic recovery hasn't reached every American household, and a lot of people in our country are frustrated. Why? Because we have slow growth in this country, 1.5%, 2% GDP. We've been accustomed to 3.5% in the past, and we just haven't been there for many years. This economic recovery has been great for wealthy people, less so for lower and middle income people. Tax reform can really unleash this economy. It can get that recovery deeper into the American economy to make sure everyone has better jobs and better opportunities in this country. We're working on that, believe it or not, and I'm confident that we're going to be able to get it done by the end of this year.
You were against the health care bill, and then you changed your mind and supported it. Why?
Well, what I said was that I had concerns about the health care bill. I never came out against it. But here's the thing. I promised my community that I would go to Washington and fight for a better health care system. I know that the health care system we have today is unsustainable. There's a lot of waste. There's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of abuse. We get calls in this office every day. People on the ACA, people that have access to health care through other ways who are frustrated. So what I decided, and it was a tough choice, because again, I do have some concerns about the bill that came out of the House, but what I decided was that this conversation, the legislative process, needed to continue. And I got great assurances that in the Senate the bill would be improved. And guess what? This week I met with Senator Cassidy of Louisiana, who happens to be a doctor as well, and he's working on fixing the bill, on making it stronger, on making sure we guarantee more people access to the health care system.
Interesting, because when you passed it, your Democratic counterparts were on the other side of the aisle. They were chanting, hey, 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 goodbye. Looking at 2018, is there concern because it passed the House that some of your colleagues, including yourself, because the town halls have been very heated, will not be reelected?
Joanne, I'm not in Congress for a career. I'm there to do the right thing. I'm there to tackle the big issues. Easy thing in Congress is to stay quiet. For example, I have a lot of colleagues who, in the midst of all of these controversies, they're just laying low. That's not me. I want to be out there. I want to lead. I want to make a difference for as long as I'm in the Congress. My goal is not to be there for 20, 30, 40 years. My goal is to be as effective as I can during the time that I'm there. So I don't really worry about the next election. I try to do the right thing every day, and I think that's the best strategy for